So I was recently in Jamestown, which truth be told, I don't know overly well, right? But I was in between two meetings and it didn't make sense to drive anywhere, only to turn around and drive back. So I needed a place where I could spend an hour or so. And so I went to this one place that I know of in the area that's this little county park called Spring Grove Park. And there I sat on a picnic bench, the sun was out, and I was working on an upcoming sermon, and I was just struck honestly with the view. It was warm but not hot. It was a sunny day, and I looked up and I saw these trees, oaks, tall and straight, creating a dappled light on the grass. And for a moment, honestly, it took my breath away. And to be honest, in that moment, I actually just kind of felt unworthy to be looking at this thing that I was seeing. I mean, after all, these aren't my stopping grounds. I don't know this place. This isn't my neighborhood. I don't have any connection here. But I was getting to benefit from it, from this little county park. I was getting joy from this thing that wasn't mine, that I did nothing for. I mean, these aren't my trees. This isn't my grass. None of this is mine. But for that brief moment, I was able to witness and was struck by it all. And it felt like a gift from God, because of these are not my trees, right? And it took me time to think about all the things that I benefit from that aren't mine. I mean, there's the clearly obvious ones, like the rivers and the lakes and the beach. There's fish and fowl and birds and animals. I saw a fox out my back door recently, and I didn't dare move lest I spook it. And there's the more subtle things too, the relationships that aren't really things I fully own. I'm involved with, sure, but the love I experience from friends and family and a spouse and kids and parents are a gift, and they're not mine, and I have no right to claim them. The love I experience and feel there is never something I can own. My faith is another example. It's something that gives me comfort and direction, but it's not something I willed into being. It feels like that's a gift from God too. The blessings that I have in this life, material and emotional, involve me again, but they're not fully of me. Those blessings aren't mine, just like those trees. All of those things, all of those good things are a gift that I'm given to enjoy, to steward, and to cherish for a season. And then at some stage, they'll be given on to someone else's trees and grass to appreciate, someone else's relationships to tend to, someone else's faith to embody. And it makes me think of the words from 1 Peter in chapter 4, where it says, "As each one has received a gift, employ it in serving one another as good managers of the grace of God in its various forms. If anyone speaks, let it be the very words of God. If anyone serves, let it be the strength which God supplies, that in all things God may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom belong the glory and the dominion forever and ever. Amen." And so, friends, I don't know how you are encountering the season, if it's marked with rejoicing or exhaustion or lament or something else. But I do know that the joys and sorrows are not fully yours. They're just yours for a moment. The bad times will pass. The joys will be shared with others, and we will live out our faith together. The church is not a worship service. It isn't a building. It's a community of people living through the joys and sorrows of life together and trying to apprentice ourselves to the ways of Jesus Christ and appreciate the things that are not ours, whether it's joy or trees. Grace and peace, friends. Have a good week.